Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Today's video I wanted to have a little fun with, and I wanted to kind of create a dialogue as well, because most folks that know Jehovah's Witnesses and the Watchtower organization know that they claim to be Jesus Christ's footstep followers. Footstep followers. Are they? If Jesus were a Jehovah's Witness today, what kind of problems would he face with the things that he did while he was here on the earth? So I came up with a list. I took some notes, so please bear with me as I look at my notes. And I did reach out to some former elders to kind of help me out with this to see what would actually be done with Jesus. So it's a Wednesday night. The meeting is done. Everyone is standing around talking. And all of a sudden, we see two elders take Jesus to the back room. Now, if you are associated with Jehovah's Witnesses long enough, then you know that the back room is not a place that you want to go with the elders. Do not want to go to the back room because bad things happen. So, why is Jesus being taken to the back room? Well, let's see. Maybe it's because Jesus celebrated holidays. Now, before I continue on that, let me go ahead and say that I do have some scriptures that I will be providing. I'm not going to take the time to look them up, but you guys look them up on your own and see what I'm talking about. So, let's get back to it. Celebrating holidays. Yes, Jesus observed the Jewish festivals, and some were purely cultural. For one was the Feast of Dedication at John chapter 10, verses 22 and 23. The Feast of Dedication is commonly known as Hanukkah. Now, we may not always agree on the meaning of Jesus' participation in Jewish festivals, but we can agree that Jesus honored the traditions of his people. So what would the elders be telling Jesus? Hey, Jesus, we need you to quit celebrating Hanukkah because you know Jehovah's Witnesses and Watchtower organization, we don't celebrate any holidays. So there's that one. Next one, not turning in his time and not going door to door. Luke chapter 10, verses 5 and 7. Look that up because it mentions that they were instructed not to transfer from house to house. So technically, Jesus didn't go door to door like Jehovah's Witnesses do. So what would the elders tell Jesus in the back room? Jesus, we really need you to complete your territory that you checked out. We need you to make sure you hit all the houses, take notes on everything, and finish your work. And we need you to turn your time in because you know that if you don't turn your time in, after 6 months, no matter what you're doing, we're going to have to consider you inactive. Number 7. Now, Satan, as far as the Watchtower organization is concerned, is considered the first apostate, the liar, the deceiver. And with the Watchtower study that they just did this past week, or actually it was a week and a half ago, they were told to reject these lies and do not even speak to an apostate. However, Jesus spoke to Satan instead of shunning him. Matthew chapter 4, verses 1 through 11. So if Jesus was a Jehovah's Witness today and he was carrying on conversations with apostates, the elders would frown upon that. That's not something that they like very much at all. Number, I don't know which one this 5. Jesus didn't get baptized till he was 30. Now, we all know that if you grew up in the Jehovah's Witness organization, then you know that if you're not baptized by 17, 18 years old, you're spiritually weak. So what was, if Jesus was a Jehovah's Witness today and he was 30 and hadn't got baptized yet, how would he be looked upon? Well, he wouldn't be spiritual enough. He would probably be soft shunned by the congregation, and he would be considered bad association because he has not dedicated his life to Jehovah yet. Interesting. The next one, scriptural reference, Matthew 9, verses 10 and 11, Luke 15, verses 1 and 2, where Jesus was hanging out with tax collectors, sinners, and prostitutes. If Jesus was a Jehovah's Witness today and he was hanging out with such individuals, oh no, no, no. He is going to receive some heavy counsel for that. Again, that'll go back to him being soft shunned because he's hanging out with bad individuals. He's not spiritual enough. And yeah, he would be considered bad association because he was hanging out with such individuals. The next one, telling the apostles to drink blood and eat flesh. Now, this one I did call the former elder and asked him what would the elders probably say to Jesus if he was in the congregation telling people to eat flesh and drink blood. This former elder said that that would be considered shocking talk in today's Watchtower world, or brazen conduct. So he's definitely going to receive some counsel for telling the congregation to drink blood and eat flesh. Next one, Jesus doing miraculous healings. How does Watchtower view healings today? They do not believe that God heals today. So when someone is healed, they attribute that healing to Satan, saying that Satan will do anything to keep his people from leaving his system. So Watchtower says that miracles are devil's deceptions today. So if Jesus was performing miracles in a congregation today, how would that be looked upon? Next one, Jesus had a beard. This is a big one for us guys because we like our beards. However, Judge Rutherford in the 1920s put a mandate out saying that beards were no longer acceptable. And if you had a beard, then you couldn't have any positions in the congregation. So, sorry, Jesus, looks like running mics is out for you unless you shave. And then the last one I have is where Jesus calls out the Pharisees and openly disagrees with them. Matthew 12:34, he calls them vipers. Matthew 23:1-6, he is criticizing the leaders back then. Now, the Watchtower organization tries to take these scriptures and apply them to everyone else except Watchtower. Every other religion is false religion, and that's who these scriptures apply to. So, what would happen if someone were to call a governing body member a viper? What would happen if you spoke out against the elders? Well, we know that that's going to come with some bad consequences. You're either going to be marked for apostasy or get disfellowshipped. So, had a little fun with that one. I put this idea out on Toppling the Tower the other day. I asked the group, what are some things that Jesus did that would cause him to get disfellowshipped for? And there was a lot of comments, and so I picked some of them that I thought were kind of interesting, and I just wanted to share them with you guys. So, if Jesus got taken to the back room for any of those things, what would have happened to him? Would he have been just counseled with a slap on the wrist? Would he have been reproved? Or would he have been disfellowshipped? You decide. So I appreciate you guys listening to me on that. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. It was just a fun little video I just wanted to put together today. And I want to thank the members of Toppling the Tower globally for their input. Thank you so much, guys, for helping me out with that. I hope this video, hope you had some fun with it. And if you guys like what I'm doing, please hit like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And also hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I come out with future videos. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And I love you all.